What if success makes intimacy harder? And what if everything that we think that we need to do to have success, what if it's actually wrong? A few years ago, for those of you that don't know me, I built a business called Master Coach. Really fast growth. We did £500,000 in revenue within about 15 months. And so many people around me were telling me, Miles, you're smashing it, you're crushing it, you're doing incredible. We got a team, we got clients all over the world. And probably from a career point of view, for most people, it probably would have looked like the best thing that I'd ever done. But actually, behind the scenes, things in my personal life were not good. My connection with Sati was diminishing. How I felt about myself was not good. I was probably becoming more of a control freak. I was probably becoming really, really competitive. I was probably becoming very angry, bitter. And subsequently what happened is, fell out with my business partner, business broke down, and marriage started to break down as well. And what I've since learned is that sometimes in life, the thing that we want is not what we actually need. And that sometimes if we get what we want at the expense of what we need, I say this now as a Christian, I don't mind telling you that, but I believe life will find a way of giving us what we ultimately need. You see, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to run a business like that. I wasn't ready to have a team. My marriage wasn't solid enough for that. And I, as a human being, Tony Robbins has got a great saying. He says that effectively the life and death of a business owner will ultimately come down to the owner's psychology. And it's funny, in today's day and age, people don't really want to buy mindset. People don't want to buy shadow work. People don't want to buy therapy, inner child healing. Unless you're in that therapeutic world and you're already in the coaching world, most people don't really want that. Like, I'm the first person to tell the coaches that have gone through our school, I often say to them, here's what you need to know. 99% of people don't actually want to coach, right? It's really funny because there's often, the first time I say that to a person, there's often a bit of a, so what am I doing? Why am I here? Why have I gone through this whole accreditation thing if that's true? And the reason is most people will do more to get what they want than to pay for what they need, right? People will pay thousands on a holiday without thinking about it, but will understandably be very begrudging about getting the boiler fixed or getting insurance or getting car repairs, because they don't want those things. So I don't want to spend money on that. I want to spend money on pleasurable stuff, right? So what I've come to learn about myself is I have underestimated how much I have worked and pursued things that I wanted but didn't actually need. There's another great saying. I feel like I'm plagiarizing Tony Robbins a little bit in this video, but I love this quote from Tony, who says, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. Now, I love that saying. I must say that saying at least once a week. Why I love that saying is because when I built that business, Master Coach, it was on paper very successful, but it was not fulfilling. It required a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of stress, a lot of moving parts. A particular event that I delivered, like a 3-day live event online, delivered it from my house, and I went to the toilet at 2 a.m. And passed out like momentarily, nearly hit my head on the toilet. So my health was not good. This video is more of a, I'm not trying to scare you, but if you're a person who is anything like me, who is goal orientated, got to achieve, like, and you have this idea that if I achieve more, then I'll feel, insert whatever positive, happy emotion that you perceive that you want to feel. You got to know this. You can feel everything that you want to feel right now. Like, it's such a cliche about smelling the roses, life's a journey, not a destination, enjoy the moment. Such a cliche, but it's fucking true. And until you have some adversity, you just don't know what you don't know, right? And actually, I'm in Exeter today. I'm speaking at an event, and I get to go on stage first thing in the morning. I'm the first person up. There's 100 people in the room. And the thing that first point I always make for people is be very clear about your outcome, right? So what I say is, you got to be very clear about your outcome, because a lot of people will say, if I just make this much money, my life will be great, it'll be perfect. And I'm like, be careful what you wish for, because I made £500,000 in 15 months, and I was falling out with people left, right, and centre. It was not good. My health was bad. Passing out in the bathroom at 2 a.m. not good. So that does not mean, so Miles, are you saying I shouldn't build a business? Now I feel like I should just go back and get a job. That's not what I'm saying. But make sure the infrastructure is right. Meaning, make sure for every investment that you make in business skills, that you invest in psychology. If your intuition tells you, you know what, I think I need therapy. Here's a common misconception people have about therapy. It's like, it's just for the broken people. No one's broken. No one's broken. Everyone has challenges. In today's day and age, with the stimulation of a mind going through the roof, we've got access to more information than ever before. If you go on social media for literally 5 minutes, you're going to see people that are fitter than you, on the holiday that you've never been on, and earning the kind of money that you want, that you are only dreaming about. That's within 5 minutes. So all of a sudden, your mind is in lack. So you've got to be careful where you place your attention. Joe Dispenza says, where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So you've got to be really careful. You've got to be very conscientious. You've got to be very, very meticulous, right, about where you place your energy. Because if your energy is only on business, if you're only focused on that one thing, here's the problem with that. There's an old analogy that says, as you move up the ladder of life, as you climb each rung on the ladder of success, keep climbing, but just make sure that your ladder is leaning against the right wall, right? Because here's the worst thing that can happen, and actually probably what has saved me and saved my marriage is I know people that have achieved way more than me who marriages are broken down. Like, I can list, and this is not judging them, but most of the super successful entrepreneurs that I've met have had a failed marriage. And I don't know why, but something about that for me is that's really sad. Because on one hand, you can go, well, maybe they just weren't right together. Maybe they weren't. But maybe, what if their pursuit of success cost them the thing that ultimately they were doing it for? And actually got to the point where it's too late. Right? Gary Vaynerchuk's got this great saying, which I heard via a friend of mine, Nick James, a few years ago. He says, how you make your money is more important than how much money you make. God, I love that phrase. God, I love that phrase. He says, how you make your money is more important than how much money you make. And I've probably foregone financial opportunity in the past few years that I could have had, that I have passed on, or energetically has just not worked out for me because something intuitively has told me this just doesn't feel right. How you make your money is more important than how much money you make. Meaning, if you make more money and it costs you your marriage, is it really worth it? If you make more money and it costs you your health, is it really worth it? If you make more money and it costs you your relationship with your kids, is it really worth it? You know, I do a lot of public speaking engagements around the country, and I have a rule: 3 engagements a week. Right? I'm fully aware that there is a cost to me being in a hotel for 2 or 3 nights a week. It's away from my family. The only reason that I do it is because I absolutely love what I do. I love it. It was once a dream for me to get to serve people. I feel like, as a Christian, I feel like the purpose of God's disciples, Jesus' disciples, was to go out into the world and spread the message of the gospel. And although the message that I'm spreading isn't necessarily the gospel, right? And I feel that might be some part of my journey at some point. But for me, energetically, I feel that I'm where I'm meant to be. And there is a line as to how much of this I'm willing to do, because I know how important it is for me to be home and be with my family as well. So Tony says, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. This was not designed to scare you, but especially those of you who are married, who've got kids, who've got relationships, whether you're male or female, be careful what you wish for. Make sure that every hour that you spend working on growing your business, that you also spend working on growing yourself, whether that means getting a therapist, whether that means getting a coach. I'm a coach, I have therapy, I have mentors, I have mastermind groups. I now have it all because I recognize if I just become one-dimensional and just have the business growth, but I don't take care of my mental health, then I'm going to suffer, life's going to suffer, marriage is going to suffer, and eventually I'm going to get to the point where I'm like, what's this all for? And I'm going to burn it down the way that I burned it down before. So hope you found this video useful. Feel free to share it, comment, share. We'd love to know what's most resonated with you for this one. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Goodbye.